Hey, what's up, guys? I gotta keep it real. The Evolved Lumberjack feels unreal. They've actually added a card that cannot be countered in the game. It survives 5.5 seconds because it stays alive after the rage as a ghost. And you can make it survive an extra 5.5 seconds by adding another rage on top of that. It's not gonna leave the game until the rages expire. And by that time, usually your opponent's tower is completely destroyed. After you drop one regular Lumberjack, the next one's evolved. That means that you can be spamming Evolved Lumberjacks the entire game, keeping it alive with rage and distracting opponents with your drill in the back. The opponents don't have enough elixir to counter the drill and the Evolved Lumberjack. And even if you've overcommitted with this deck, the best players in the world have been playing it with Evolved Cannon, Guards, and Royal Delivery. The Evolved Cannon is essentially a second Royal Delivery over the entire map. So you got two big bailouts with Royal Delivery, Evolved Cannon, and Guards for distractions, and Ice Spirits to stun your opponents and stop charging things like a Ram Rider. It's time for our Immortal Ghost to haunt our opponents and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creative code SIRTAG, making this channel possible. The Lumberjack Evolution is a certifiable Supercell special, a broken card that changes a supporting card into a win condition, and it only takes one cycle. So you guys are about to see its insanity soon. I'm gonna go in for a Lumberjack in the right side because I think with the Cannoneer, all I need to use is an Ice Beard on this Baby Dragon for a pretty comfortable defense. I'm gonna make sure that I can go in for the Ice Beard up top so we can pull the Baby Dragon back a little bit. And he's gonna activate King Tower, so he played that pretty well. But also, I don't necessarily care if you activate King Tower if you can't even kill my Lumberjack. It's totally fair and fine for me, brother. So the Goblins will spawn in the back. They will die the Barbarrel, so this guy's played pretty well. Obviously, we've played a couple games the very first day of the season. The people that we're playing against are all Ultimate Champion players at this point because they've won all of their matches to this degree. We're going to go in for a delivery in front of the tower, ideally, so we can stop the Knight from hitting us too hard. And this is what we wanted. We wanted to see how will the Lumberjack work paired with Rage and a lot of ridiculous tactics. So I'm going to go for the Drill to hopefully hold my opponent's units back a little bit. And we want to make sure that we have the ability to go in for the Rage with the Lumberjack right as the Rage is about to expire. And it's on the tower. You just can't even hit it. The Knight's going to run away. It's just doing damage. That's ridiculous. This guy's good at the game. He defended properly with a Knight, and he got smacked. That is unbelievable. You can't kill the card. It's like the Knight just doesn't even know what to do. It doesn't have a clue of what's happening to the tower there. It's like, why is my tower falling apart brick by brick? And he just has to sit there and take it. I'm going to go Sus Bush again, and I would like to go in for a Lumberjack when I get the opportunity. I think cycling the back right is ideal. If he decides to go for a Graveyard, at least we can use the Lumberjack to creatively kill all of the skeletons. We're going to set up a cannon here in case this Baby Dragon is going to be scary, and it definitely is. So the cannon's going to be able to shoot a lot of the skeletons from the graveyard, and it'll also tank for the Ice Wizard and the Baby Dragon. So I like that cannon placement a lot. If you guys can copy that, you will do very well against Graveyard. Because if the cannon's tanking for the Baby Dragon can't splash onto the tower. And also, it's not like you can tornado a building, where if we drop a unit, a lot of times it will get tornadoed near the tower. The Baby Dragon Ice Wizard will splash onto you, and you'll feel really bad. All right, so we don't get much, but we do get one little poke. I guess that's pretty toxic, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go for a delivery here, and then I'm gonna continuously spam more drills. Gonna go in for another cannon a little bit lower. I did mess that one up, I guess. Still fine. We should be able to go for a Rage to clean up all of the skeletons. Yeah, so the cannon should have been one more tile up, and mimicking the first placement that we did, that was by far the best one. We're a Lumberjack here, trying to get to the Evolution, because that's how we want to win the game. We don't want to win the game with this Drill, but the Drill might do him dirty. No, he's going to go Knight. He's going to go Knight. This Drill is not going to give us any damage whatsoever, but hear me out for a second. The Lumberjack Rage is then we can go in for a Evolved Cannon, and watch this. The Evolved Cannon is basically like a delivery. You have two deliveries in this deck. You've got the Evolved Cannon and you have the regular delivery. So we're going to use the Lumberjack right now, and we'll see if this wins the game. I think it does. I firmly believe this is difficult for this dude to counter, and it's not necessarily something that he's ready for. I actually don't even want to Rage on the tower. I want to see if the Lumberjack takes it. Come on, Lumberjack. Do him dirty. Oh my goodness, it didn't. All right, I feel a little bit disrespectful for this guy. I'm sorry. Now we have to Rage and take him out. GG. It's super funny to witness how overpowered this card is, because most people, whenever they play against it, are utterly unprepared. The Evolved Lumberjack is the epitome of a true Supercell special. Right as soon as the season releases, there's a broken new card, and if you play the Lumberjack Evolution correctly, you are going to wreck anyone you play against. Pairing it with Rage is just straight up unfair. Because when you get to cycle the Lumberjack Evolution after only one cycle of cycling a standard Lumberjack, the second Lumberjack that you're going to drop is basically a win condition, and it should never be a win condition. Also, this guy is going to be using the Pancake Tower after, you know, the nerf and stuff. It's a little bit interesting to see that, but it is what it is. We should still be able to activate King Tower against this Mega Knight, so I'm going to go and do that. He's just eating the Lumberjack. You know, I didn't think that that was a real win condition when you're doing that, but I guess it can be if you want it to be, my guy. So we're going to go for an Ice Spirit to activate King Tower against the Mega Knight. Then we're going to use Royal Delivery on the Spear Goblins and the P.E.K.K.A. I think that was a primetime defense. Pretty proud of how we were able to pull that off. If we can get a drill down in front of the P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, we take literally no damage. So when people decide to play that aggro with Mega Knight and P.E.K.K.A., look at them, I'm like, yo, let's not do that. You know, let's talk about your decisions. If you want to play that aggro, it is not a good decision because my defenses with my mechanics will always shut you down. If you guys are wondering, how do you beat mid-ladder players that just go all in all the time? This deck is definitely capable of crushing them, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So I do think the guards are going to take tower because I don't think this guy knows how to defend his stuff. I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack here, and we're going to get ready with the Rage. So if I Rage, Ice Spirit, and then go in for the Lumberjack plus the Rage, I think that could be okay, but the Mega Knight's going to run away, so that kind of sucks. You always want to hold their units in place so they can't run away from the Lumberjack. Otherwise, Lumberjack's not getting its max value. That's what I was talking about earlier, is like, the Lumberjack will always die if it's running away the entire time. So I'm going to use Evo Cannon here, which kind of sucks because it's just going to miss. But I can get guards down, and I genuinely think that this guy got destroyed. Our defenses on the first stop, when he spammed everything he could, was some of the best things that we could have ever asked for. So I'm really proud of how I played that. And this man literally got annihilated. He did no damage with the goblins on the counter push because we had the King Tower activated. This was not even close. So let's see if we can secure a second tower to win the game in the most debilitating fashion for our opponent. We are literally making him not have anything that he could apply pressure. All of his cards are impaired by our constant offense. They're always slowed down on his side of the map, nowhere near our tower. We had him in shambles on his second tower at only 583 health. All right, this guy's ranked in 2v2, but you know what? Even if you had your best friend with you, I don't know if you'd be able to stop the Lumberjack. The Lumberjack is basically 2 as well. He doesn't even have to clone himself up. You just need one cycle, and then the opponent's in some serious trouble. So I wonder if he's going to be ready for us to defend with a Lumberjack. I genuinely don't like cycling Lumberjack that much in this situation, but because it's an evolution, it bends the rules a little bit. You cycle your Lumberjack at every chance you get because you want to get to the evolution as quickly as you can and then use the overpowered card on offense. That's how Clash Royale is played. It's weird because in 2016, you would use the most optimal card in this situation, but now it's like, no, what is the card that gets me to the evolution? I don't know. It's a weird, wild world that we live in right now. In 2025, feels like it's been like 6 months right now, and it's, you know, not even close to that yet. So it's a wild, wild ride. We're going to go in for a Lumberjack Evolution and then also a Rage when it dies. I wonder how this goes for our guy, because the Giant Skeleton is obviously going to be a problem, but if we hold it in place and then we just kill it a little bit quicker, maybe? I need to kill it a little bit quicker. Yes, Lumberjack on the tower. Oh, we forced out guards though, not bad. And genuinely, I'm still getting used to Lumberjack, so I think I could have timed the Rage a lot better. And then I would have gotten a little bit more love with the Lumberjack staying alive, killed a couple more guards there. I don't think it mattered in that specific stance, but hypothetically, if the opponent didn't defend that, it does matter if the Lumberjack stays alive longer, but guards are such a good counter. Wait. He can't guard the tower from the goblins. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to seize that damage and immediately go in for a Lumberjack Sus Bush in the right and just try to use an Ice Spirit to fully counter the Phoenix for a massive positive +3 elixir trade. Also, if you use Lumberjack, you can push the Sus Bush Goblins, which is pretty sus in and of itself. Like, it is one of the more toxic plays to do, because if they do end up killing the Lumberjack and it rages up the Sus Bush Goblins, it's pretty fun too. Oh, man. All right, what can we do here? Like, sometimes I've seen people literally rocket it, and then the Sus Bush Goblins are still there. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? We're gonna go Sus Bush here. We're gonna use our Lumberjack again, and we'll see how this goes. Gonna Rage it. Okay, all right, I'm here for it, my guy. Lumberjack's on the tower. Oh, he's so dead, unless he pulls it. Oh, he did pull it. Does it activate King? I wonder. All right, we're gonna take a couple seconds. We're gonna enjoy it. Then we're gonna go for the Rage. Lumberjack, please. Nah, it's gonna run away. Dang it. We needed to have the drill down a little bit earlier so then we could have held our opponent's units closer to his tower, so then the Lumberjack would have stayed concentrated in the area that we wanted. that's something to learn and, you know, just play better with. It's fine. We have Cannoneer, so whenever we play against a beatdown deck like Royal Giant, we're thriving. We're in our element. We don't care. We're gonna go for Sus Bush, and we're gonna have the drill, and we have the guard as well. There's a lot of stuff that's coming at him. Wait, one of the goblins went on a tower. That's nice. Take that. I don't want to rage up the Sus Bush because I want to have the bush like arrive a little bit later and force out more stuff. Oh, this is gonna be the juiciest delivery of my life. Let's freaking go. And then we can go in for the Evolved Lumberjack on defense, throw down a drill directly on the tower, and even if you fireball, we've got another cannon, my guy. This is what I'm talking about, the biggest bailout card in existence. The Evolved Cannon plus the delivery hits so hard. The Ice Spirit's gonna jump on the tower. The disrespect that I just got. Wait. If we Lumberjacked and then it was able to like just rage on the tower because it would die near the tower, that would have been the best way to win. He's gonna rage directly on top. It's fine. I think we can cycle a rage here with one goblin hit and win the game. So that's all we need, boys. Please? Maybe? Hopefully? Oh my goodness. This guy's clinging on for dear life out here. But I don't think he's gonna be living as long as we get a drill, because the drill does direct guaranteed damage every single time. So he's gonna stop that, but he still gets astonished and annoyed. He's rolling his eyes as we rolled his tower. GG. You know what? This deck is really good, and I feel a little bit dirty and shameless playing it, but it had to be done. Yo, this guy's ranked 542 in the world. A real challenger approaches. So, this is going to be the best player of the day. Let's get it. We're going to go drill at the start just to see what he's going to be playing. It's nice for information. You guys know what's up. He's going to be steamrolling through with a P.E.K.K.A. If you play against P.E.K.K.A. Evolution, unironically, you can cycle Lumberjack on defense for the first time ever. If it stays alive, because after it dies, it just can't get hit by the P.E.K.K.A., it can chop down a P.E.K.K.A. So, it is a possibility for us. Ideally, we use Ice Spirit and Cannon, just a bit more cost-effective for us, but it is okay for us to do that. We're going to go Ice Spirit really early, just so we don't leak that much elixir. And then we're going to plop down our cannon here. If he goes other side with the Ram Rider, I kind of expect that. We can go and pull it with a drill. Okay, so we're going to go drill directly in front of the P.E.K.K.A. hopefully, maybe? Aw, if we got it down faster, that would have been awesome. Still okay for us, though. I'm going to get a Lumberjack here decisively in front of the Goblin Giant. So the Lumberjack is going to take the damage from the Goblin Giant, so it's okay. And then we can go in for a Suspicious Bush on the right side. So we know that he might go for a King Tower activation with a Fisherman. Okay, he doesn't do that, interestingly enough. I think he could have gotten it if he wanted to. So are we going to get a drill on the left side? I think that's going to probably be our best possible play, even though he's done a lot. You know what? We're going to go right side. We've done significant amount of damage on the right lane, so I can go opposite lane of our opponent, force him to defend the side that he doesn't want to. He's going to go Goblinstein, so, you know, I'm okay with that, because Lumberjack's going to rush ahead in front way further than you would expect. He's going to arrows on it. Sure, that's fine. I'm okay with that, brother. And it's still alive. It hasn't even entered into its second form yet. All right, let's see how crazy it can be against the Evolved P.E.K.K.A.
Get ready for the next battle.
So, Lumberjack here, we want to make sure it's constantly targeting the P.E.K.K.A. and it doesn't run away. Holy heck, he's just losing the Evolved P.E.K.K.A. to the Lumberjack. It's just dead. It's actually unironically gone. That's crazy. And then we can go and pull his Doctor too. Holy. All right. What if we get a second Lumberjack here and we snag another tower? It's nice playing against some of the most overpowered decks in Clash Royale and beating them. And I really want to 3-crown this guy. So our strat here hinges on the fact that we can go in for an Evolved Lumberjack in one cycle. So he's just going to arrows the King Tower and get out of the game. I guess, you know, sometimes that happens. You play against these decks and you're just like, Clash, get me out. I don't want to play this game anymore. It's nice beating some of the best decks of the game, especially Evolved P.E.K.K.A., even though, like, Evolved P.E.K.K.A. totally deserves a nerf. We're nerfing it with the Evolved Lumberjack just being that much better. So, you know, there is an S-tier Evolved P.E.K.K.A., but then there's an S+ tier Evolved Lumberjack ready to chop down P.E.K.K.A. every chance it can. Let's go. This guy is giving us some hog kisses. So, you know what? We're not going to hog you. We'll princess you instead, brother. Go for a drill directly in front of the tower, and he's going to rage on my tower, so I bet you he's going to have Lumberjack as well. Lots of people in this meta are running Lumberjack Evolution, not only because it's a new card and it's fun to play, but because it's obviously one of the better cards in the game too. It's probably S tier if I had to rank it. I'm going to go for guards in the back because it outranges the Valkyrie. Only one of them is going to get hit by the Valkyrie at the start. He's going to have Elixir Collector, which is not good for me at all. The Lumberjack directly in front of the guard, and then we're going to go in for a Sus Bush right after, because we need to pile on pressure with the Suspicious Bush Goblins putting it in work. Hopefully, we can get some damage here. They are going to get raged up by the Lumberjack, so we don't have to go for a secondary rage. I go for drill. Is this good? I think it's okay. I think the drill will give us some value on top of the elixir collector, so I'll feel slightly better about my positioning. Even if I rage directly on this, the drill spawning in some damage on top of the elixir collector put us in a position where, you know, he's gonna get semi-less elixir from that. Oh man, it's weird. I don't think I've played against someone with elixir collector in a long time. I can Ice Spear to pull back the Valkyrie for a +3 trade. Then I can use the Sus Bush Goblins on the right to force out more elixir. You know what? I think we do this. I think we force out another card in the back, especially if you Evo Lumberjack like that. And then I can use my own Evo Lumberjack and maybe get guards down to pull back yours. Hopefully that works out. It's going to die and it's going to absolutely wreck me right now. You know what? Our Lumberjack's putting in work though. Hey, we're going to take tower here. If we can go for a rage, secondary time, it's going to stay alive and it locks on elixir collector afterward. So persevering through the pain, the ghost kills everything we needed it to. It crushed the tower and took out the elixir collector too. So not bad for me. I'm going to Sus Bush in the middle because it doesn't matter where I drop it as long as it gets near the tower. And it's going to pop near the tower, so that's okay. It does lock onto the Valkyrie though. Dude, the Valkyrie Evolution, why are you playing that? Sheesh, dude. That's so good against drill. Anyway, we go for a Lumberjack, Ice Spirit. Maybe go for a rage again. Get those goblins raged up. And our Lumberjack is really close to his tower. That is significantly better for me. I wonder if this just becomes a game where whoever goes in for Lumberjack Evolutions wins. I think that's probably it. Because it's uncounterable for us if we do it at the right point. So we're going to get it near the tower. When it dies, we're going to wait 4 seconds. Then we're going to rage it up. And hopefully we can get double Lumberjacks here. Yes! Perfectly timed. Please stop going towards the Valkyries though. Dang it. This is really bad. Oh, this is not good. Wait, we're pointed back? We're pointed back with like 1 guard. That is unbelievable. Wait, there's a chance we win. There's actually a certifiable chance that I win this, even though he's going to have Valkyrie and other cards that I don't want to play against. We're going to drill in the back. We're going to Sus Bush again. And we're making sure all of his cards cycle into our King Tower so we don't necessarily have to defend them. Then we're going to Lumberjack here. Ice Spirit hopefully freezes some stuff. We're gonna wait with the rage. Lumberjack's near the tower. Yes! Let's go. One of the weirdest games I think I've ever played. With the Lumberjack Evolution versus Lumberjack Evolution cycle, our deck won. So it seems like if you have a whole bunch of cards to keep your opponents on their toes and they're forced to defend other bait cards while defending against the Lumberjack that they can't hit, that's where it becomes way more messy for them and they have to be a significantly better player than you are to successfully defend your spam. So we've cut out a ton of wins in a row because everyone has just been leaving or playing Mega Knight. We've got to have some deck diversity out here and a little bit more of a challenge. It is first day and a lot of these people are Ultimate Champion, but I'm just going to tell you guys how it is. This deck is really overpowered and it practically beats most things in the game. So we'll see if this opponent is not running Mega Knight, because you guys probably don't want to watch me beat Mega Knight 5 games in a row. So we are up to like 5 wins already. And I want to see if we can get to like 10 by the end of the day. It'd be kind of cool to win 10 games in a row with this deck without any competition. I'm going to use a Lumberjack here on offense. Hopefully he doesn't NATO. Okay, so he's going to go in for a Monk. I don't know what this is. We see Hunter, Bats, Monk. So it might be a Royal Giant deck if I had to guess. I'm going to go in for guards a little bit later and see what else he's going to be packing. There's always an opportunity for us to do dual lane pressure if I want. So I can go for a drill in front of the tower and the goblins will spawn directly on the tower when you drop the drill there. If you drop it in the back, the goblins still spawn in the back, so they have to walk back to the front and then they can end up hitting the tower. So that positioning does matter. I think we're just going to go in for a rail delivery here, because if I go in for a Lumberjack by itself, it might just get King Tower activation for a Fisherman, so I don't want to do that. I'll go Sus Bush here as well. We'll go for maybe guards to go and pull some of these bats the other side so we can minimize the amount of value that he gets with them. And then I think it's in our best interest to just go in for the Lumberjack because we haven't seen what his real win condition is, so I'm not super scared here. If it's a Mega Knight, I'll just crash out, you know? But it isn't. He's going to be running Cannon Cart. The Cannon Cart's going to stay its ground. I'm going to use a Rage here so we can keep the Lumberjack alive. And I wonder if it's able to kill most of the Miner. No, it's going to run back. See, this is one of the weaknesses with the Evolved Lumberjack. If it chases something and the unit is running away because it can't target the Evolved Lumberjack, then the Evolved Lumberjack's not going to give you that much value. Like in that Miner situation, that's not what you want to see. You want the Evolved Lumberjack to reach the tower, and you want your opponent to defend against the Drill or the Sus Bush Goblins. Then their units are near the tower. So then if their units run away, then your Lumberjack Evolution will retarget onto the tower instead of just running and chasing after those units. Hopefully that made sense, but we always want to make sure that our Evolved Lumberjack is near the tower in every chance that we get. So I'm going to try to go for delivery here. Spirits do not kill the Evolved Bats. Evolved Bats have a little bit higher health than regular Bats. So just keep that in mind. We're going to use the Evo Lumberjack here, unfortunately, on defense. We kind of have to just drop it. But it might be able to clean up a cannon card, so can't really complain. I'm going to have to go in for a Rage here again, and we'll see how this goes. I mean, if it cleans up the cannon card, okay! Yo, wait, that was really good. Genuinely, that was awesome. Because I would have to delivery that, but I don't have to anymore. Just because we were able to keep it alive with Rage, which was way less elixir than the Lumberjack plus delivery and Rage, you know? We take that all day. We're going to try to use guards here, and then pairing that with another delivery, we should be good on defense. We're just going to have to wait for the cannon cart to walk up a little bit. So I'm going to use an Ice Spirit just for a little bit of cost effectiveness on defense. I didn't mean to drop the drill. I was supposed to be a Rage, but, you know, sometimes you can just get aggressive goblins spawning from the drill with the Rage, okay? That was the strategy, obviously. I don't know if you guys have ever trolled yourself to that degree, but the aggressive Goblin Drill is new meta. Oh my goodness, on defense. They'll never predict it. They'll never see it coming. The Evolved Cannon is essentially Royal Delivery. I've said this again, but like, it's so strong on defense. We're going to use an Ice Spirit here so we can slow down his goblins so they don't end up killing me. And with a Lumberjack, I think I can go in for a drill, hit him with the Sus Bush, and then maybe go and use the Rage to win the game. I think that the Rage with the Evolved Lumberjack is probably going to cook him. It's super tough for him to defend because he's going to have to use bats. We're going to wait a little bit. We're going to try to double up the Rage. Yeah, it's on the tower. He's just dead. He just got cooked. He wouldn't have even been able to counter it because we were going to use the Rage, and then it was going to get another 5.5 seconds of just going free reign ham on his tower. The Evolved Lumberjack moves so freaking fast that if you can get it near the tower and then Rage it up, if it survives 11 seconds, there's no way the opponent's defending that. Especially if they're having to spend elixir on the Sus Bush or the Drill, because that's already extra elixir that they won't have for the Lumberjack. Each time a unit runs away, the Evolved Lumberjack locks onto the tower instead of chasing the units if it's close enough to the tower. Check out the pinned comment if you want to see more gameplay on the exact same deck from my main channel. There are a ton of really fun games, and I've been spamming this deck a lot early season to push all the way up to Ultimate Champion. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.